My name is John William McCarthy. I was born in New York City on January 19, 1879, to two hard-working Irish immigrants, Hubert and Kate McCarthy. My parents came to the States separately in the 1850s and met in Manhattan. They eventually married and settled on the Lower East Side. Hubert went to work as a plasterer, aiding in the construction of many of the new buildings that were springing up across yon in Manhattan, while Kate stayed home, minding the children and keeping the house. I grew up in a very typical, large, Irish, Roman Catholic family. I'm the youngest of 5 children, all of whom I stayed very close with for my entire life, and 2 of which came to live with me and my family at various times over the years. I have 2 sisters, Kate and Elizabeth, as well as 2 brothers, Hubert and Charles. I've grown to be 5'6" and have the light skin, light hair, and blue eyes of the Irish. I came to work in the comptroller's office in the municipal building in Manhattan, eventually working my way up to be a supervising comptroller. In simpler terms, I supervised the budget execution within the building. With this job, I would be able to provide a healthy and comfortable life for the family that I would soon be making. I came to marry the most beautiful woman I'd ever met, Lily Donovan. I courted and married her, and together we moved to Elmhurst, Queens, to the house where we would remain for the rest of our lives. Together we had 4 children, all of which became the lights of our lives. First we had Alan in 1913, and then Jack in 1919. 2 young, healthy boys. What more could I have asked for? A few years later, in 1923, came our twin daughters, Catherine and Veronica, but they're better known by their nicknames, Kay and V. As we grew older and our children grew up, my sister Elizabeth and my brother Charles both came to live with Lily and myself from time to time. It seems that our household had become the new focal point for our family, something I think I quite came to enjoy, seeing as my family was the joy of my life. Over the course of my life, I didn't much involve myself with politics or the controversial topics of the times. I preferred to spend the times that others spent debating and protesting outside playing with my children or my 2 beloved Airedales, inside spending time with my wife or whatever sibling was with us at the time. However, this does not mean I had no thoughts or opinions on the subjects or matters, simply that they just didn't interest me as much as they did others. For a while, Jack Johnson, the crazy Negro fighter who came and went as he pleased, was a very controversial topic. For all of his obnoxious mannerisms and brash actions and words, Johnson was an athlete, something I really came to appreciate. However, I much disliked who he had seemed to be as a person. He was a competitor, though, plain and simple. No matter how people portrayed the man, the fact that he could fight and fight supremely well was uncontested in my opinion. As far as women's suffrage, I'm pretty torn. The main reason being that my wife, I would 100% back to be able to vote, but other women? Not so much. Lily Donovan McCarthy is one of the strongest people I know, let alone women. She was a spearhead behind a campaign for a monument commemorating all World War I veterans to be raised in Elmhurst. The memorial now stands but a few miles away from our home in Queens, and has been changed to remember World War II, Korean War, and Vietnam War vets as well. Lily was also on the board that eventually founded CUNY Queens College. Was there anything my wife didn't do? Not only was she a great wife to myself and an amazing mother to my children, she was also intelligent, level-headed, and extremely brave. I would trust my life with my wife, let alone voting privileges. She isn't hysterical or fickle like other women around her age. In addition to this, she's very well versed in politics, unlike many of her contemporaries. My Lily could definitely handle the vote. However, I do not have the same trust in other women as I do in her. Another hot topic of my time was prohibition. Now, I won't lie to you here, I was dead set against this act. Not only do I like my alcohol, being an Irishman and all, but I also think that the government has no right to tell me what I can or cannot put in my body. I was very happy when an end was put to the prohibition laws. As the years passed, I watched all of my children grow up into amazing individuals. My wife and I sent all 4 of them to college, Alan and the girls to Columbia University, and Jack to CUNY Queens. We witnessed all of our amazing kids start their own lives and families. My life was filled with happiness and love. But if I had to choose one word, my life was filled with family, something I wouldn't trade for the entire world. This is something I've passed down to my descendants, something I hope the McCarthys will forever value in the years to come.